All right, everybody. So today is April 18th, and I want to introduce you guys to one of my top prodigies and students, Frank. Frank is one of our first class students who joined us, basically one of our first students at the start. And yeah, this is kind of a testimonial video to go out to everybody who's on the fence or looking to get into high ticket sales or first class and just kind of break down his experience. So Frank, I want to kind of introduce you to the whole crew here. So yeah, tell the audience kind of a bit about yourself, your background, what's your kind of experience been like. Yeah, we'll start there.
Yeah, what's going on? So yeah, my name is Frank, and yeah, based in Canada, Vancouver. I'm not gonna name drop where I'm exactly at. Yeah, but before first class, I was a web developer for a little bit. That didn't work out. Still doing trades at this time as a roofer, but
Mhm.
yeah, looking to get out of it and become actually a full-time sales appointment, a full-time setter.
Amazing, bro. Tell us a bit about like for a lot of people at home that want to understand this because everyone comes from different types of backgrounds as well as myself. But like, tell us about a bit about your life, like what it was before getting into high ticket sales and joining first class in the first place. Like, what were you actually doing?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing is just I mean just kind of like the normal 9 to 5. Nine is like, you have like you do the job, go home, kind of work out, spend time with my girl, and just kind of rinse and repeat kind of cycle, right?
Yeah.
That's just kind of like what I was doing. But then I kind of figured out like, I don't really want to be in this position anymore, or rather don't want to do trades anymore, roofing. So
Yeah.
just wanted to figure out some sort of other way to actually make a high income skill happen.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah. Like me and Fred, I did trades for 1 month in the summer and I like broke my back out. So that was just not for me. And I know a lot of people in the trades at least do that. You guys make good money. It's just like some people just don't like it in the sense. But overall, I guess what was your main shift that was like, you know what, like I don't want to do trades and I want to actually build a skill tangibly that can make money like online.
Exactly, it's exactly that, Evan. Like, like my back is hurting right now, actually, right? But the biggest thing is like, you're working in trades and you're
Yeah.
talking to the guys who are like 40, 50, 60 years old, right? And like they don't necessarily like trades themselves, but they've been doing it for like 20 to 25 years. So it was just kind of like a stop and think moment for myself. Like, do I, on my career trajectory of life, like, do I want to still continue on this path and be where these guys are at? Like they make maybe like 150 to 100K, but that's on like 60 hours of work,
Yeah.
overtime and grueling work, right? So it just made me stop and think like this is not where I want to like, be for the rest of my life.
Cool. And how old are you now for the people at home?
Yeah, so right now I'm 26.
26 years old from Van, right? And a lot of people, I mean, a lot of people in the trades, they usually work it their whole lives or they realize really early on how they don't want to do it. But obviously, we need the
Exactly.
tradesmen. But for you, you were one of the first people to join first class back in like early Feb when we actually started the entire mentorship and placement and everything. I guess, what was your kind of experience? And also on top of that, what made you kind of want to join the community in the first place, as opposed to like try on your own first? Like a lot of
Yeah,
people.
so
Yeah.
Evan, like I actually did try on my own, right? Like obviously, like, you kind of see all the Instagram ads, all the flashiness, and
Yeah.
you try to go for the tips. I go into the Facebook communities, I try to actually get jobs, but a lot of them they're either super low ticket, like it's almost impossible, or they try to scam you actually, try to get your credit card to actually join them, and like this is kind of crazy, right? So I wanna like, I end up seeing you guys and the way you guys actually spoke about sales itself, right? How you actually serve people, how to and how do you actually do sales appointing? So that really resonated with me. And so at the very least, I wanted to reach out to you guys and see what you guys were actually offering in terms of helping me personally get to where I want to be.
Yeah, for sure. And I think it's a very important, but what do you think got you over the edge? Because there's a lot of like coaches out there. You're seeing a lot of things on social media when you're scrolling through reels and stuff. But like what do you feel like stood out to you that made you want to join me and Jay and actually join first class and work with us specifically?
Yeah, it was just the content and how you guys spoke about sales, right? It was like it's clearly like from how I felt, you guys were genuine about wanting to actually help people was one, but also just how you guys talked about your guys' techniques and provide actual value, right? It wasn't just posting like flashy like Lamborghinis and whatnot, but actually transitioning to a lifestyle where you can actually make this happen.
Mm-hmm. 100%. And anyone, I think a lot of people, especially in this day and age, they're seeing all this flashy stuff on Instagram and stuff, and they're getting this perception that that's how life should be. But realistically, that's kind of like unauthentic in a way, right? Like you should be taught
100%.
like authenticity, investing, and like actually learning from mentors who know what they're doing is very crucial. And I'm glad you obviously understood that. Jay, you're very close to because you guys obviously have met once in Vancouver, and as well, you've met me. But in that sense, I guess let's talk about like your kind of journey in first class, right? So we trained you very well, and we put a lot of work into obviously your education, your effort to get good, and we also got you placed. But talk about like your kind of timelines and projections as to, from the day you joined, the type of coaching we've done, and then how soon you actually got placed.
Yeah, so from the day I joined first class, it was immediately okay, run through the material as quick as you guys can because you guys want to actually be a sales pointer, right? You guys actually want to get offers
Beat the
placed and do
lead,
the
bro.
work,
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
Exactly, speed to lead. So got through the materials, you guys right away. The coaching was amazing, running a lot of role plays, right? And so just immediately from there, it got us from that transition from okay, this is actually real. I joined this for a reason, have a purpose, and from there we just worked out the details of like what do you actually have to do on a job to perform well.
Mhm.
And so yeah, from there, 2 weeks in after that, we got placed, right? So that was amazing. And then from that point on, just been kind of crushing it. Like everything you guys taught us was exactly how it's supposed to be on an actual role. And but even from there, it didn't stop, right? Any questions I had and
Yeah.
things like that, we still tinkered on it, actually improved on it, and still continuing to improve, right? So super grateful for that.
Yeah, 100%. And reps out there, you have to understand it's not just about like training you in a minimal basis and then place you on an offer. It's also when you're on the offer, and we harped on this with Frank as well. You're not done there. You need to improve as well, right? So we've been putting on, Frank has been very diligent in showing up to all of our weekly calls, showing up to the one-on-one sessions, right? To actually improve his skills and sharpen them in order to get better and be the top rep on his role. So talk a bit about your role, man. Like what type of role did you land? And what's kind of the trajectory been there? So you land our role 2 weeks in with our training, obviously our connections and placement, but like what's been your kind of experience on that role?
Yeah, so basically it was good. Like it was everything that we kind of like went through, but exactly how it is, like what kind of numbers I should actually be doing, right? The
Yeah.
role itself, like obviously each role is different, but we went over that too. We actually discussed how you actually tackle these types of different people
Mhm.
on different offers. So everything that was going on so far has been pretty smooth, I would say.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. Right. I mean, the numbers you're posting in the Wins channel speak for themselves. But I think for the people at home, the most
Yeah,
important thing is like, okay, you've been on this offer for how long now, Frank?
about a month and a half.
Month and a half now. Okay. And
Yeah,
to be
February.
frank, guys, are you doing this offer full time or part time? Tell them about that. Like, what's your schedule look like? This is very important.
Yeah, no, I'm still roofing, guys. I'm doing this part-time still, like personal reasons, right? I'm still on roofing with my brother personally, so still kind of hashing out the details of how exiting that and actually doing this full time.
Yeah.
But yeah, to be on an offer, guys, you have to be a killer. Like part-time is usually not a lot of offers, but thankfully from Evan and Jay, they got me on a roll and connections to actually perform well. And so did my due diligence there, do it after work, and then on the weekend still rip it too. But yeah, from then doing pretty decently on a one a month, almost as much as I would do on my actual roofing job. So
Yeah, exactly.
thankfully,
Right. And I think for the people at home, because everyone loves to hear numbers, right? It's like
yeah,
you've been on this role part time, and how many hours a week are you putting into it? Like you said, 4 hours after work, correct?
yeah, 4 hours after work.
Yeah.
Yep,
So you're treating this full. So majority of reps who get into this space are actually full-time reps. Frank is
yeah,
part-time, right? So he's diligent enough to work a full-time roofing job, build his clientele in that sense, and then he makes extra money on the side after work, right? Which is strictly part-time. So Frank, in the last month and a half of working part-time setting, how much money, well, how much cash collected and how much money have you actually made?
yeah. So we're talking. Let's see, about about 80K, about 80K CC. Is she like
Okay.
running up there? Yeah,
5% of that. That's how much CAD commission in your pocket.
yeah. I know. So far got 5,500. Let's go.
55.
Yeah,
That's insane, guys. That's like literally people's like bi-monthly, salary. And you've been able to make that part-time in high ticket sales and
exactly.
this remote money. I remember when I spoke to you like 2 months ago, you're like, no way this is real, right? But in that sense, I guess being able to make $5,500 in your last month and a half part-time alongside your full-time job, what is that? I guess, how has that changed your outlook on life? Because I had a realization myself when I started and I started making a lot of money in this, but what does your outlook change in that sense when you realize like I'm able to make that type of money part-time with this skill?
Well, first of all, it confirmed that this space is real, right? I'm actually able to make money, right? And that opened up my actual life trajectory. Like I don't have to do roofing, right? And the fact that month and a half in, I'm matching it even more than when I'm actually doing roofing. It
Hmm.
opened up possibilities that I'm not just slaving for a dollar in a dream. I'm not just
Yeah.
doing my 9 to 5 just to pay my rent and then have maybe a couple $100s on the side. I actually have extra side income that I can go out with my girl,
Yeah.
spend time with my family more often, right? So
Mhm.
yeah, no, that's just it's just the life quality itself has been better.
Good. I like that. Love that answer. Could even critique it in any way. On top of that, I guess your outcome has been great, and I know like even how you communicate in the community, like you've wanted to obviously shift right to your mindset in that sense, and it's opened up your scope. But for you, I like to think long term because I know you've been hustling, you've been putting a lot of work. So what's next for Frank, bro? Like obviously you're setting right now, but where do you see yourself 6 months from now? What is the plan going forward in this space?
Yeah, no, 100%. I want to be a closer.
Okay,
Well, first
good.
off, we're gonna be not roofing anymore.
Yeah,
That's the a couple months from now, roofing is gonna be gone for sure. And
yeah.
it's closing. Get my skills up, get more money up, and yeah, become a closer, man. That's about it.
Let's go.
Let's just get everything up. That's it.
There, time to double or triple what you're making in setting, essentially.
Exactly.
Good shit.
Yep.
Good. And a big thing I'd say is, because a lot of people are obviously scrolling through social media and seeing how people are making money online. And you can resonate because you were literally in that spot until you actually pulled the
Yep.
trigger. But what would you tell somebody who's on the fence, right? Of, getting into high ticket sales, taking the bet on themselves, but on top of that, like joining first class. Like, what would you say to somebody who's on the fence about joining but doesn't know kind of what to do? Like, what would you tell them as one piece of advice?
You got to just cross the line, man, right? Like you just said earlier, just take that bet on yourself. At the end of the day, it's not going to hurt taking a bet on yourself. But really, what pushed me over that edge is just think of the life situation that you are right now, guys, right? Like
Mhm.
me, I didn't want to be 50 years old with maybe having to pop some, Tylenol, ibuprofen while to go to work because, that's painful, right? And
Yeah.
actually do 60 hours overtime, right? I want to have a better lifestyle. And yeah, if you know, taking the risk on myself, which is never going to hurt, it's going to take me to a new place, right? Then why
Mhm.
not? And not regret 20 years down the line what could have been, right? Still looking on the Instagram ads and seeing, damn, these, high ticket closers and stuff making 10, 20, 30K right now.
Yeah.
What could have been, right? So that's my advice, guys. Just go over that line, take the bet and see where the actual other side is. Could be better.
Yeah, you'll never be younger than you are today, and it's always good to take
Exactly.
bets on yourself. All successful people to this day have bet on themselves and bet on themselves, and that's why they are the most successful people on this planet, right? And no one's gone to where they are without taking risks. But overall, bro, like amazing. And I kind of just want to leave it here because I think we've had a great convo and really touched on all points in terms of your experience, how you came in, like, bro, like guys, Frank was working the trades, super uninformed with no sales background, and now he's one of my top students,
100%.
obviously setting part-time as well with the numbers he's doing, which is insane. But what's like kind of one final word you would leave for the people who made it this far and actually, care enough to watch the entire video? What's one piece of advice for you that you would leave for them?
I'm gonna say, guys, if you guys made it this far in the video, Jay and Evan, they're the real deal. That's it, man. They're gonna get you to where you want to be. They actually care, right? And so you actually want a mentor in a community that actually wants to grow and actually want to get you to where you want to be. Like you already watched the full video here, man. Let's just go over that line and see where it actually takes you.
I like that. Awesome. Awesome, brother. Well, Frank, thank you for your time, brother. I know you got more Dallas to get to and print more cash. So, overall, we'll put a pin in it there. But sick video, bro. Keep crushing it. I want to see you on the leaderboards every single month. Let's get it, bro. Let's get to work.
And appreciate
Awesome,
it.
brother. Go enjoy your day. Awesome.